he might be desperate to get back here, Kieran Trippier, back to the Premier League. If Newcastle are the only team that are in for him, like I would have expected United to be in for him, maybe other teams, because there's a lot of teams out there could do
Chelsea
for good football.
interested. They've got problems at fullback.
Exactly. Also, he obviously wants to come back to the Premier League. Again, he wants to play. If he goes to Chelsea, he's going to be playing second fiddle when Reece James come back, of course.
Yeah, but he's out for, 6 or 8 weeks?
Exactly. But at some stage, Reece James will come back. Do you know what I mean? So,
but he's a versatile player. True. I mean, he could...
Yeah, I just think it's a case of... Yeah, listen, it might be, but I don't... Looking at him and his character, I think he solely wants to come back here and play. And Newcastle, if they're going to offer him that much money, then you'd be an idiot not to take it.
Okay. Let's go to the phone lines, 03717223344. Jake is a Newcastle fan. He's first up. Hello, Jake. How are you?
Hi guys, how's it going? You alright?
We're good. We're very well. Are you good? You well?
Yeah, very well, thank you, very well.
Jake, I've not spoken to you yet this year. Do I say Happy New Year to you or not?
Yes.
I'm sort of torn between two minds myself.
Yeah.
But I said Happy New Year to you, Andy, and I've just seen you today.
Do or not?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to say it to you,
Happy New
Jake.
Year.
No, I'm not going to say it back to you.
Happy New Year, mate.
I'm not going to say it, Jake. Because if I say it to you, Jake, I've got to say it to everyone.
Well, what's
today.
wrong with that? Is that hard work, is it?
I just think there's a cut-off, you know. What
Jake,
day is it?
happy,
What day is it?
Jake,
4th
Happy
of
New
Jan.
Year, mate.
No, forget it, Jake. I'm not saying it to you.
You're horrible, you are.
No worries, Andy.
5th, is it 5th of Jan today? Right?
If you haven't spoke to Jake...
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to say it to every
Why don't you
caller.
say Happy Christmas to Jake then?
No, because it's a new year now. It's gone.
What?
That Christmas is last year. That's last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Jake, again,
Yeah, I'm
for
not
the
saying
fourth
it to you.
time.
I don't care, Jake. Good. What would you like to say, Jake?
You're horrible.
I couldn't care less what Simon Jordan says, and I love Simon Jordan. I listen to him every day. Most of what he says makes sense, but I couldn't care less whether he's coming. If he comes and he does the job, then he keeps us up, he keeps us in the Prem, and then he helps build on to bigger and better things, then he can take as much money as he wants for all I care.
I think the big thing is, Jake, as we alluded to just before the break, is that he's a really, really good player. He's versatile, he's a leader. He takes set pieces, etc. If you were then talking about throwing the kitchen sink at someone like Aubameyang, there could be cause for concern. But I think with Kieran Trippier, you sign Kieran Trippier at any stage, I think that's a great signing, irrelevant of where Newcastle are.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if Aubameyang's going to come and he scores 20 goals in the next however many games, then I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and then deal with him as a problem when he becomes a problem, if he becomes a problem in the future. But you never know with Eddie Howe. Look at what he's done with Joelinton. He might be able to get Aubameyang to sing a tune again.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I think Newcastle have got some great attacking players, and again, they've got some very good ones, attacking players. And it sounds really exciting when you think of St. Maximum, Callum Wilson, Aubameyang, them three up front. You go, ooh. I've got
a question for you. Right? If the names we've talked about, Ramsey, Aubameyang, Luca Dean, Coutinho...
I forgot about Luca Dean as well, apparently, yeah.
These are just players being linked to Newcastle.
Yeah.
If the majority of those players go to St James's and Newcastle don't stay up, what happens to Eddie Howe next season?
Ooh, I think they'll get rid.
Do you?
Yeah, but
it's a lot of pressure on him.
It's a lot of pressure.
Half a season.
You say you get rid of him, but
no, I didn't say that.
I'm just saying.
Right.
In where they are right now, they're already sitting second from bottom. Yeah. They're not that far away.
No, but they've played games.
But they're not that far away either. So I guess if they still were, because I think they're only 3 or 4 points.
I know, but they've played like 3 games more than the teams above them.
I get that, but if they still somehow go down, you go. I'd like to think they'd give Eddie Howe.
What noise would you make?
I'd like to think they'd give Eddie Howe more time. But when you know what it's like with these owners, with you, if they throw money at it and it doesn't work,
make that noise again. Yeah, that's the word. Kevin is a Newcastle fan. Hello, Kev.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very
Kev,
well.
happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you both. Yeah.
Whatever.
Why can't it?
Happy Wednesday. Is that all right? Happy Wednesday, Kev.
Happy Wednesday will do, yeah.
Happy Wednesday. It's fine. Fine. I'm not doing the New Year thing anymore. I refuse to do it, Kev.
All right, okay then.
Happy Wednesday. Go on, Kev.
Well, I think he's a brilliant acquisition to the team for many reasons, in that he wants to let Gareth Southgate know that his English career is not over. Mm-hmm. I think he's coming for the right reasons. Yes, you could say he's a mercenary, but aren't all footballers have a little bit of that in them?
Yep.
I think he's coming back to a home country. His family want to settle back here. And I think he's bought into the project of what we're about doing, you know. So I think for the future, he's going to be a good acquisition. And I'm quite excited about his arrival. It's the first one through the door, and it makes a statement of intent about what we're going to do.
No, Kevin, I totally agree with you, because you're right. You're looking at a player that, yeah, of course, he's come back maybe for the money, but I don't think it's just about the money. I think, as you said, he probably wants to come back to this country. If he goes to Newcastle, he's going to play week in, week out, because that's one position that they're struggling. And he wants to show Gareth Southgate by playing every single week. He doesn't want to play a bit part play. He's coming 31. He wants to get as many games in between now and the end of the season. I think by going to Newcastle, being the kind of start of this project, because as I said, there's no guarantees that they're going down. So if they stay up, what a signing that would have been.
And he's going to be playing to full houses every week.
Yeah.
52,500. Man City can't even fill their stadium. They won the Premier League. Just imagine what we'll do when we win it. They'll have to have a stadium for 100,000.
Yeah, I don't think any of us will be alive when that happens. Kev, if all these players come into St James's, I just asked Benty this, I don't know if you heard, but if all these players do come in, has Eddie Howe got to keep you up to keep his job?
I think that's a bit unfair because he was left with a situation that was not of his doing, and also the Premier League prevaricated for over a year for the takeover. If that had happened sooner, we wouldn't have been as far behind the 8 ball as what we are now. Mm-hmm. So I think it's be unfair to say to Eddie Howe, who, by the way, has changed Joelinton out of all recognition.
Yeah.
That's down to him entirely. And we've got a player that's as good as Pogba, Vieira, as he used to be in that midfield, and he's only going to get better.
Vieira?
Oh, man, Joelinton's what him.
Kevin,
Vieira. He's still on the pot from New Year.
Yeah, well, you just watch. That's why Man United want to try and buy him off. He's that good. Now,
Joelinton has turned into arguably one of the greatest midfield players in Premier League history ever.